if you got women versus men to fight in a war, who the hell do we think would win?
Men, for sure.
Men, for sure. So it's just more of a, I don't know how much we'd help necessarily.
So then what additional benefit do men receive?
Like, I don't know how much,
I
don't
agree.
know what this could do.
I think
like,
Hey, listen, I totally agree with this point, but it just kind of makes me want to ask, though, what additional benefit then should men receive from the state, considering the fact that you only want them to go and fight wars on behalf of you?
But can I put something?
all
What
wars are
should they
started
additionally
by
be
men,
entitled
no?
to
So-
that you're not entitled to is my question.
Sorry, again.
Well, if you want men to go fight wars to protect you, what should they be entitled to that you're not entitled to?
What is it?
Well, they have a greater responsibility than
What do you
because they
believe?
have to go fight
okay,
the wars,
so what do
right?
you believe that men should be entitled to because they do this? You think that our right to vote should be stripped because we don't enlist
If you can't
in the
defend
military?
it, then why should you have it? If other people have to defend it on behalf of you, then why shouldn't they exclusively have it and you not have it?
Yeah. Can I answer this?
No.
No.
I'm just not really sorry. I'm not really understanding.
But okay.
Yeah. So I'll make it. I'll break it down a little bit. simpler.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm getting a like because you guys aren't enlisting in the military, you shouldn't have the right to vote.
Yeah. I mean, but let's assume for a second.
Is that your
I was
argument? That sounds like
Yeah.
your argument.
No. It's just the potential for it. So all men have to sign up for selective service, all of them, every single one of them. And if a bad enough
Which
war
I
breaks out,
don't think
hang
should
on,
be the
let me
case
finish.
either.
Yeah, hang on, let me finish. All men have to sign up for selective service at 18 years old. That is the law. Now the thing is that
Change this.
if a war got bad enough, they would be able to serve in tons of different capacities other than just fighting on the front lines of whatever said war was. Especially if a war was bad enough, they would take them with almost any condition. We've seen this before. So if that's true, and the potential exists that if a massive war broke out, and men are the ones exclusively who are going to fight it, why don't they have additional privileges that the people who aren't able to defend their own rights have?
They
That's
should.
what I don't understand.
No, yeah, they should. If that was the case, then I think that men should have special privileges over.
I agree.
Over women.
So
if it
the
came down to
patriarchy
that,
wins again.
if it came down to that, again, this is you're pushing.
But I mean,
into
it
that.
has come down to that many times. I mean, it's already happened
then they
many times.
100% should
Well, then,
receive
without
special
logic-
privileges without stripping our right to vote.
Well, yeah, but I don't understand because you can vote to make them go to war for you. That's why it's problematic.
Who
So you can
started
vote.
the war?
So let me explain what I
Men
mean.
or
You
women?
can-
Who's creating these wars though? So
well,
men-
if women voted to go to war, it would be women, right?
And I don't think women would vote to go to war.
Except
Well-
the problem you have with that is when we take a look at female monarchs, they often went to war far more than the male monarchs did. So it turns out that, and by the way, when it comes to warmongering, women often do vote that direction. And the thing is why wouldn't they? They don't really have to suffer any of the physical repercussions of it. So the idea here is just this. It's just to say this. Since many times already in American history, there's been a general draft instituted, and men have had to go off and fight wars on behalf of their nation, and women have not had to do this, because you and I agree they don't have the capacity to do so on average. Most women don't have the capacity to go fight with men in a war. Then why shouldn't those men, why shouldn't men in general, since they're all assigned to selective service, have the right to vote because they seem to be able to protect the right and women can't? That's the ultimate question.
I feel like with that logic, you shouldn't be allowed to vote then if you don't go to war. Like,
Yeah.
No,
with that
You're
logic.
still
you
signed up
vote,
for the
like, when
selective
there's an
service.
election,
Wait. You're still signed up for the selective service. The potential is only there for you to go to war. It's never there for women. If they choose not to, they never have to. There's no
So
potential
your question
for it.
again is why shouldn't they have special? And I'm saying that they should if they.
I agree.
they definitely should, without stripping the right for women to vote.
Okay, well, then what special privileges should men get in society?
I don't know, whatever special
No.
privileges you think you deserve for.
Okay, well, I think that women should be able to vote and that every man's vote should be worth double a woman's vote because they're the defenders of the nation.
But not all.
You've defended the nation.
Not
Well,
all.
wait.
not-
Hang on.
Interesting.
Again, so I think we're not clear here. We're talking about potentials.
Okay, yeah.
You and I agree, every single man at the age of 18 must sign up for a draft.
In my country, men and women.
Hang on. Just stop. Let her finish, please. You agree with me that every single man must sign up for a draft, right?
I just disagree with you in the like my vote should be stripped because
I'm not saying
don't.
nope. You can have a vote. I'm just asking.
It got to
men's
that. It got
votes
to
worth
that in the
double.
conversation.
Yeah. Okay. Forget. Well, this was because we're in hypothetical land. I'm just asking that men's votes are double what a woman's vote is because they have the burden of being drafted. And
Not
women do
all men. I would argue that it'd be the men serving.
Yeah, but why?
Xander
That makes no
donated
sense.
$200.
Why?
Well, why
Are
would it
Slavic
make
women
sense for
coming
a man
here because
who's
they want to embrace American feminism, or are they more interested in maintaining their cultural traditions with American men?
We'll have to get to it later.
Here. I'm going to ask it. Let me just ask this through
Okay,
yes or no. Hang on,
okay,
hang
I
on,
get
hang
it,
on.
'cause it's a
Hang on,
pick,
hang
it's a
on,
selection.
Hang on, stop. Just listen. I'm just going to ask this through yes or no's. None of these questions are going to be loaded, I promise you. Not a one of them. Question 1. Is it only men who have to sign up for the draft?
Yes.
Do all men have to sign up for the draft?
Yes.
So then does the potential exist that all men could be drafted?
Yes.
Okay, so if the potential exists that all men could be drafted and 0 women can be drafted, then why is it that we don't give men double the voting that women do? Because we're under the assumption that all men could be drafted to go fight a war and 0 women ever will be.
It's just I don't think that would necessarily, be the solution that we're like looking for in our society, that men would get double vote. I don't know. I think if you ask men as a collective, like, hey, what do you think we should get for this? I don't think all their men would be like, I want a double vote over
If
women.
men, if you were to, do you think then that if you were to, and we could run this social experiment, I think it's interesting. So you think if you went down the street and you asked men, you have to sign up for selective service and women don't. So we want to, hang on, so we want to give you double the vote of women. Do you think most of them would say no? Think most of them would demand that women had an equal vote to their own?
The double vote is just a very
Wait, let me ask you guys a question. Maybe you guys want your will to whatever you want politically, you want your will to be the law of the land. If we asked women this question, would you like double the voting power of men? Do you think women would take it?
You want me to answer?
Starting with you.
Without an explanation as to why they.
No, you just get double the
Just
voting power.
Yes, women would take it.
Well, would you take it?
Without the simple explanation, yes, I would take it.
Would you take it? Double?
Probably, yeah.
Double the voting power?
That's weird. That's not equal. I would want to know why.
It's just an
Because you're
offer.
women.
'Cause-
You just get it
But
because
for
you're
what
women.
reason?
No reason
we
whatsoever.
should still
No
all be
reason at all.
equal. Yeah, no, I would not.
Hasn't there been talk though about also having women being drafted?
I think there's currently
Yeah,
something.
hey, there's tons of talk about that. You think women are going to vote for politicians that get them drafted? You think that women are going to support politicians who institute a draft against women? Because I would say that the chances of that is exactly 0%.
You'd be
I would say that seeing a draft for
Well,
women
these
in
are,
my
again-
lifetime is an impossibility.
And you mentioned the monarch, but in today's society, these wars are started by men. So why would I want to fight a man's war?
Okay, so let's assume for a second that they are all started by men. Okay? Does that mean that all men start them?
No. No, I don't think so.
No, the answer is no, right?
Yes.
All men don't start wars. So there could be men who are aggressive against other countries, right? And then men in those countries are defending that country
Exactly. I
from
feel
those
like
aggressive
women
men,
would
right?
talk about like peace resolutions and trying to do something other than going to war.
Yeah, I know, but the other country just says, no, we don't want a peace resolution. We're fucking invading, right? Don't you want your men to defend you if that happens?
I do.
course.
Okay, sorry. And if the time came, if that was the case, then okay, men should get whatever provision we all vote for.
But that's the case right now. The case right now is that if the United States gets attacked and invaded, that all domestic men could be drafted.
Okay, yeah.
And no
if
women can be, not a
and
one.
if they were, then I would for sure support there
Why
being
do they
special
actually need
privileges
to be?
for
I don't
you're
understand
saying that you're no special privileges for men. That's what you're saying. Like, why shouldn't men get an extra vote if they're being required to do that? I'm saying if in the case of that happening, in the case of another draft happening, then okay, we could talk about what.
Okay. Well, let's try this a different way, just real quick. Let us assume for a second that you live in a tribe where they practice human sacrifice, okay? And everybody who's only men, only the men are sacrificed. That's it, just them. Now, almost none of the men are ever going to be sacrificed. Almost none of them are. And you don't know which ones are going to be. You just know that all of them have the potential to be. So you give all of the men extra food. Would you have a problem with giving all of the men extra food in that case?
No.
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 But it's just a potential. Why wouldn't you only give the extra food to the men who are going to get sacrificed?
Very deep. Very deep. So deep.
Can we all
Everybody's-
finish answering?
Yeah.
Oh my God. I'm not allowed to speak. I'm not talking.
Yeah, I was just kind of confused on.
Well, I'll just go back to my question then. So I was asking if you were provided the opportunity, you have perhaps strong convictions about how you would like to see this country run. You have your own views on politics. Wouldn't you want to empower yourself and women who perhaps lean more towards your own political viewpoint than, say, men, for example? Wouldn't you want to double your vote? Like, if given the opportunity, would you double your vote?
I don't think I would. I just don't think that doubling the vote.
You get 2
Is-
votes.
Okay, since we're talking about hypothetical,
Wait, can I ask you a question? Are you pro-life or pro-choice?
pro-choice.
Okay, so let's assume that there was there is another political movement that seeks to restrict women from abortion. And in order for you to keep abortion available, one of the ways you can do this, if it was offered to you, you could double your vote and ensure that every woman in the country could get an abortion. Would you opt to double your
Oh,
vote?
hell yeah!
Well, okay.
There it is.
What about you? Would you double your vote? If it was
I'm not pro abortions, honestly, unless the girl got
not, oh my God, are you?
what? I'm sorry.
Zach
Oh my
Smith
God,
donated $200. If I'm not mistaken, before women can vote, men were able to vote because they had to sign up for the draft. Since women can vote, they should technically have to sign for the draft. All men should to vote.
Thank you, Zach Smith. Appreciate it. First off, I was just asking the doubling. I was trying to frame it, the abortion question to her. I wasn't asking you the abortion thing. I was just asking, would you double your right to vote?
No.
I honestly don't think I would. I don't
Okay.
trust myself.
No, I would not.
No.
Okay. So you guys all want less power then?
Yes. For equal power. When it comes to
Equal.
voting
Okay.
for those big decisions, I'd rather generally smart men do it. Women and men are
Exactly.
different, so
The only reason I would take the double vote is to double up on whatever my husband would be telling me to.
Exactly.
Yeah, I trust my men to make those choices. So
Well, then
I
you
will
wouldn't
back
need to
him.
take the double. Wait, then Madison, you wouldn't need to take the double
Yeah, I
vote
said
because
no.
you're already giving him a double vote.
Yeah, no, I said
Yeah,
no. I said the only reason I would take the double vote is to do that. But I said
Oh,
no.
okay, I see. That makes sense.
Yeah, so wait, Zach's
Base
no-
Madison.
Thanks, Andrew. Can I ask like a different hypothetical question
What
to
is that?
everyone? So if feminists did really, really push for equality within this certain topic that we're talking about, and you had to choose between keeping your right to vote and having to be forced into the military, would you do that, or would you let them take your right to vote away?
I would forfeit my vote.
I would rather not vote and go to the military. I mean, if that's the choice.
It's one over the other,
What?
correct?
One of the over the other. That's what I meant.
Yeah,
So
you either
That's
you
not an
either
option. Is
you
that
either
not an
no, no,
option?
You,
Well, you can't choose
That's
you
not an
either
option.
you either keep your vote
Okay.
and go to the military, or you
Oh,
don't
okay,
go to
sorry.
military
Sorry,
and
I
you
didn't
lose your
understand.
vote.
No. So I would.
Here, why don't we start with
lose
Mia?
my-
Go ahead.
I would keep my vote and go to the military.
I would do the same.
Yeah, keep my vote, go to the military.
Really? That's crazy.
I would not.
I want to say I'd keep my vote, but I also, on the other side, I feel like this is just how I feel personally, honestly, with the whole political climate. I don't think my vote really matters per se, so maybe also forfeit, but I guess I would keep my vote. I'd enlist.
Okay.